These two elements, the approval of the credentials and taking the oath or declaration and affirmation, are required by law for the elected members to become members of Parliament and take up their position in Parliament. Among the members of Parliament who took the oath of office or declaration and affirmation this morning are several persons who also currently hold the position of minister. This exception, so this dual function, is allowed based on Article 34, paragraph 4 of the Constitution. This article states as follows: as an exception to the provisions of paragraph 2, a minister elected as a member of Parliament may combine the office of minister with membership of Parliament for a maximum of 3 months following his or her admission to Parliament. St. Martin now, as of today, has a new Parliament for the parliamentary period 2024-2028, which is also the 6th Parliament of Country St. Martin since our inception on October the 10th, 2010, almost 14 years ago. In accordance with Article 3 of the National Decree of November 8, 2023, number LB 23/564, the first meeting of the new elected Parliament takes place on February the 10th, 2024, today, on a time to be determined by the chairperson. So hence this meeting today, Saturday, at 2 p.m. In this first meeting of the 6th Parliament of Country St. Martin, we have one agenda point, namely appointment of chairperson and vice chairpersons of Parliament. Again, I wish to quote for you Article 57, paragraph 1 of the Constitution, which states, Parliament shall appoint a chairperson and vice chairperson from among its members. Article 6 of the Rules of Order of Parliament stipulates that Parliament appoints the chairperson and the vice chairperson in the first public meeting to be held after a periodic resignation or dissolution. Furthermore, Article 6, paragraph 2 and 3 state the following: as long as such an appointment has not taken place yet, namely the appointment of chairperson and vice chairpersons, the chairperson or the vice chairperson as appointed for the preceding period would act as chairperson if he or she forms part of the new Parliament. In the absence of such a person, the rules continue, the member of the new Parliament who amongst the members has had the longest membership in the body, the member who is the oldest in years, acts as chairperson. If there is no such a person, the member who is oldest in years acts as chairperson. Considering the fact that neither the chairperson or the vice chairperson of the preceding period form part of this new Parliament, paragraph 2 is not applicable. Since paragraph 2 is not applicable in this case, the member of the new Parliament who amongst the members has had the longest membership in the body, the member who is the oldest in years, acts as chairperson. That member is me. And for that reason, I am acting as chairperson of Parliament's meeting for today. Article 8 of the Rules of Order describes some of the tasks of the chairperson of Parliament. Article 8 of the Rules of Order states, 1, the task of the chairperson consists in any case of A, directing the task of Parliament and of the Presidium, ensuring compliance with the rules of order, maintaining order during the deliberations and suspension thereof, executing the decisions taken by Parliament, and representing Parliament. Article 10 of the Rules of Order of Parliament continue. If the chairperson is not available, the chairmanship is observed by one of the vice chairpersons in accordance with the order described in Article 7. The acting chairperson of Parliament has the same task and authorities as the chairperson. Each member who has written in on the speaker's list, which is available here by the Secretary General will have the opportunity to speak for 20 minutes in the first round and 10 minutes in the second round if deemed necessary. After that, we will proceed with the voting on the new chairperson and vice chairpersons of Parliament.
Madam Chair, it is an honor for me to stand here once more, 4 years later, as an elected member of this Parliament of St. Martin. While we are a young country and in development, it is because of the hard work of the persons at all levels of government that makes it possible. This being the one that holds our government accountable. And so, as Madam Chair already explained, we, some of us, having been elected, do have a dual role to play until the new government is sworn in. And I pledge to continue to do so to the best of my ability, together with the Council of Ministers, and to fulfill the task that I have here as Member of Parliament. I would like to take this time also, Madam Chair, to congratulate all 14 members who are seated here today as representatives of all the people of St. Martin. The campaign is over, and while we all postulated ourselves on various parties, it was with a goal to work for the people of St. Martin. And so with every deliberation here at all levels of government, I will want to trust that we will uphold the oath and the promise that we made today, as well as all of the promises we made on the streets of St. Martin over the past few weeks and months. It is a very heavy responsibility. And I think for some, while it may be new and in a different level, I trust and hope that each will realize the gravity, the sincerity with which they have to think, deliberate, and decide, and together, because we can all have our own visions of what needs to happen, but we must have a collective vision for the further development of St. Martin. I pledge my allegiance to this country. I continue with the National Alliance as leader to lead with integrity, transparency, and accountability, and I look forward to us as a Parliament doing all that we have to do, and not to necessarily talk about who is opposition and who is proposition, but have healthy debates in the interest of the best for all the people of St. Martin. Not just who voted for you, not just for those who may come and sit in a tribune at time to time and put a little bit of pressure, which is good, but also for all of those who are silently in their homes going about their business and trusting that we will go about theirs in their best interest. With that, I congratulate again all of the members of Parliament and look forward to 4 years of stability and continuity of good development for all the people of St. Martin.
First and foremost, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the people of St. Martin for your active participation in the recent parliamentary elections. Your votes are not merely ticks on a ballot paper, they are the vibrant pulse of our democracy. The very essence of our collective will be proven during our period in Parliament. Your engagement showcases the resilience and commitment to shaping the destiny of our beloved nation. In the wake of this past election, as we embark on a new governing term from 2024 to 2028, the imperative for stability resonates more profoundly than ever. Stability is not merely the absence of conflict, it is the foundation upon which we build our future, a future imbued with hope and prosperity. It is incumbent upon us as leaders to foster a positive mindset among our people, a mindset of resiliency, inclusivity, and unwavering determination. As the faction leader of the Unified Resilient St. Martin movement, I stand before you today with a firm commitment to the principles of inclusion and positivity. Our goal remains steadfast to create an environment where every voice is heard, every perspective is valued, and every citizen empowered to contribute to the collective progress of our nation. However, let us not underestimate the challenges that lie ahead of us. Our country faces multiple obstacles that demand a holistic approach, from economic revitalization to social cohesion, from environmental sustainability to infrastructural development. Each challenge requires a comprehensive strategy, one that prioritizes the well-being and advancement of our people above self. As parliamentarians, it is our solemn duty to translate the aspiration of our constituents into tangible action. We must endeavor to craft new legislation and update existing laws that are not only responsive to the evolving needs of our society, but also reflective of our collective vision for the future of this country. In doing so, we must remain ever mindful of the principle of, again, inclusiveness, ensuring that no voice is forgotten and no community left behind. My fellow citizens, together, let's forge ahead for unwavering resolve, knowing that the destiny of St. Martin lies in our hands. In closing, I extend my sincerest gratitude to each and every one of you for entrusting me with the privilege of serving as a fraction leader and to the confidence you have granted the URSM. Together, let us embark on this journey with courage, compassion, and a shared commitment to build a brighter tomorrow for St. Martin. God bless St. Martin, and God bless us all.
At RBC, we know the roles you have to play can change quickly. Whether it's a homeowner, a new parent, today's head chef, salesperson of the month, or the family chauffeur. Whatever life asks you to be, RBC is a bank for all of you.
Social and health insurances. Your social and health insurances.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
To those who are here and who have been here before. I made mention that today is a good day. And why is that? Because it's always good to say out with the old and in with the new. I see people who are happy. I see some who are not. But let me say this to each and every one of you who are here today. You are supporting a body of individuals who is holding one of the highest offices in this country. And for that, regardless to who they are, you should feel proud. When I look around and I look at my colleagues, I see a formidable team in the National Alliance faction. I see a powerful branch in the faction of the UP. I see wisdom when it comes to the Democratic Party. And I see poised and aggression and moving forward when it comes to the now. I am saying to each and every one of you here today, be cheerful. Be cheerful. Because out of 80-something, almost 90 individuals, the people of St. Martin decided that I want you to represent me, regardless of where you sit and who you are, regardless of the political party, regardless of the affiliation. You are representing this country. You are representing your people. And yes, there will be ups, there will be downs. But at the end of it, let the road lead to serving the best interests of our people. With that being said, I took an oath today where I have to pledge allegiance to a king. We are a dying breed in this diaspora. Over 700 islands and inlets and cliffs make up the Caribbean. In this year, Grenada will be celebrating 50 years of independence. It means that everyone that has grandchildren and probably great-grandchildren in that country knows nothing about colonialism. I am saying to us, and I see young ones in the Tribune, which is a good thing. But yes, it should happen in our lifetime. It should happen that the last time when our outgoing governor was here, I told him, enjoy his time, but let it be short, because he can and should be possibly the president of an independent St. Martin. And I'm saying this to each and every one of us. As much as we call ourselves a country, we are still a colony. Some may not like to hear it, but that's what it is. When we talk about true sovereignty, we talk about doing it by ourselves, with ourselves, and for ourselves. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. A wise man once said that. I believe it was a Kennedy. So I am saying today, I welcome my colleagues, each and every one of them. It's going to be a very, very, very tough road, because most of the individuals I know, nonetheless, it can also be a glorious ride. I thank you, and I thank you very much.
Madam Chair, when preparing my remarks for today's meeting, I actually went back and reviewed those that I had made on February 10th, 2020. 1 month before the COVID pandemic threw us into lockdown and forced all of us to figure out new ways of working, meeting, collaborating, and passing a budget online. In reading over those remarks of 2020, I realized that actually they still resonate and are important today. So in the spirit of sustainability, forgive me as I reuse and recycle some of them. We're sitting today to appoint the individuals who will, in essence, guide this legislative body through the continued growing pains that continue to impact St. Martin. And I humbly request that all 15 of us keep the following in mind. We are indeed 15 chosen representatives, and the theory of democracy is that now the tension that we experienced over the last few months melt away, and we're meant to come together and work towards the betterment of the lives of all those who call St. Martin home, not just those that supported us, whether here or abroad. Human nature, however, almost always tries to work opposite to that theory. So to help fight that, there are 3 key elements that must be remembered if we're actually to achieve sustainable progress. Cohesion, not just within our own factions, but when necessary across those lines, as we have set that example over this last parliamentary term. While the path we chart in our minds may differ from time to time, the end goal in our hearts has to be the same, to improve the quality of life for everyone who calls this beautiful island home. It was echoed throughout the campaign, by myself and my faction at least, that if initiatives have served the best interests of the country and are in motion or brought forward, they should be given serious consideration and continued regardless of the initiator. It's my sincerest hope that we continue to operate in that spirit. Respect for one another, for the office that we hold, and for all the people of St. Martin. It's nothing new for the political arena to be rough at times, but robust dialogue does not mean disrespectful discourse. And while it may seem entertaining to do this, this last campaign season and the months before has shown us what, as my grandmother would say, hoggish behavior can bring. We are the ones who set that example for society, and it's to the country's detriment that we engage in that type of performance. So let us continue to raise the bar on constructive dialogue in Parliament and set the example to society that they too must raise the bar with how they regard one another. Ownership and accountability. Accountability is a buzzword that we've heard across the circles, but it is lacking at many levels in St. Martin. But the root of the problem starts at ownership. Ownership is just the start of the journey, the initiatives we take, the decisions we make, and even the ones we do not, because not taking a decision is also a choice. We must own the process and not allow ourselves to be distracted or detracted by internal or especially external forces. Accountability is our responsibility for the end results. Whether a success or a setback, as parliamentarians, we have to ensure that there's accountability to the people of St. Martin for the end result of whatever action or decision is taken, both in here and at the executive level. With all this being said, Madam Chair, I look forward to robust, respectful, and fact-based dialogue within this new parliament that hopefully carves out a path towards sustainable growth and progress that benefits everyone who calls St. Martin home. Thank you.
I stand before you today, humbled by the trust you have placed in me to serve as your representative on the floor of Parliament. It is with a profound sense of duty and anticipation that I embark on this journey, committed to the welfare and prosperity of our beloved St. Martin. Our island has demonstrated resilience in the face of adversity, be it natural disasters or global challenges, yet our resilience is not just a testament to our strength, but also a demonstration of hope for what we can achieve together, especially as we focus on development and sustainability, not just as policy goals, but the very foundation of our society. To all citizens, I say this: your aspirations, your concerns, your determination, your motivation guided me. The trust you have shown by electing me as your representative is both an honor and a responsibility I take with the utmost seriousness. I pledge to be a voice, to advocate tirelessly for our community's needs, and to ensure that the decisions made in this Parliament reflect our collective will for a brighter future. During my tenure, education, healthcare, youth, and economic development will be areas which I will focus on. I am committed to ensuring that our government invests in education, thereby investing in our future. Together, we will craft and enact legislation that provides and empowers our youth with the necessary tools to innovate and lead. Additionally, by bolstering our healthcare system, we safeguard our most valuable asset, our health. Lastly, with a focus on economic development underpinned by innovation and exclusivity, we will guarantee that prosperity is an experience shared by all. Unity and collaboration will be my guiding principles because I understand that no one person can bring about the change we need. The challenges we face are neither partisan nor selective. They affect us all. Therefore, it is only through working together across party lines, communities, and sectors that we can achieve lasting solutions. I extend my hand in partnership to my fellow members of Parliament, to the government, and to every citizen of St. Martin, knowing that our shared goals far outweigh our differences. In closing, I am reminded of the words of the late Nelson Mandela, who said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." Let us embrace this spirit of possibility and determination, for there is much to be done. Together, we will build a St. Martin that is stronger, more exclusive, and ready to face the challenges of tomorrow. I am profoundly honored to be your voice in Parliament. I pledge to work tirelessly to ensure that our collective vision for a brighter future is realized. A future where opportunity is abundant and every citizen of St. Martin can thrive. I extend my deepest thanks to God, my partner, my parents, and my father especially, who couldn't be here today because he's ill. Pops, I love you so much. I am the man today because of this man. And nothing wrong for me to share what my father has instilled and molded me to become the man I am today. And I also want to thank everybody here in Parliament, because we all, in order for us to make this happen, we all need to lean, upon each other. Thank you for this incredible opportunity to serve. May God bless you all, and may God bless St. Martin.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurance.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
At RBC, we know the roles you have to play can change quickly. Whether it's a homeowner, a new parent, today's head chef, salesperson of the month, or the family chauffeur. Whatever life asks you to be, RBC is a bank for all of you.